Hi there and welcome. I'm Dương Minh Thành. My topic is about quarantine office hour. Shall we begin? Office hour, as the name reveals itself, refers to the allotted time when business is operating or when we're supposed to be at our office. And after office hour, we are as free as a bird, and as a tendency, we retreat to our nest without let or hindrance. Home is where we can technically leave behind all stress and work burden, bringing nothing to fully cocoon in equilibrium and composure. However, the case has evolved into another dimension since the outbreak of the pandemic recently. State of affairs has become gloomy and morale has long turned sour, for school being shuttered is incipient, then followed by the shutdowns of unnecessary services. Ultimately, sheltering at home measure is implemented nationwide. At this stage, it is implicitly mandated that Home Sweet Home be the extension of our office, which means bridging the gaps between heaven and hell. Hence the term quarantine office hour. Acclimatizing to such an abrupt upheaval, despite its being temporary, is pretty challenging. Initial reaction from the mass is rather mixed. Some are welcome, while the others hesitate. There's a small group even object, since distant working and schooling rely heavily on technology, and there is no guarantees of an infrastructure well established enough. Furthermore, to make matters worse, the AAG Internet's cable keeps collapsing. Working from home already caused numerous inconveniences, and while recording this video in my makeshift studio, I can feel it all. But, my friend, let's take a sliver of your time and have a moment of intro reflection. Isn't it more secure and safer to shelter at home morning? And is it an advantage of yours, of us, when we are still able to encounter some teething problem of a new way of operating? Salutes to the medical provider on the front line against the coronavirus. Home cooked lunch and working in the comforts of their own home is a luxury for them at the moment. Your working habits and working environment change, but needless to say, change for a better scenario. I myself witnessed and experienced the head-on impacts of the crisis triggered by the pandemic. My family, we run quite a small business, which operates in conjunction with school and students due to the indefinite shutdowns of all educational establishments which came into effect earlier this year. We have been out of operations for nearly 4 months. But still, we have to incur all the expenses. The good news is that we can still sustain. But the story for our employees is completely different. They are powerless, and technically they are unemployed, with only monthly welfare and unemployed insurance. They can barely make ends meet, just enough to get by subsistence level, and they even have kids. So, being able to mourn and yarn about how boring and inconvenient this situation at the moment is, this is still a bliss. Embracing changes for the sake of our own health and well-being, and making the best out of this situation could be a better option for all of us. So, feel privileged when we can still homeschooling and home working, everyone. Be safe. Goodbye, everyone. Thank you for listening.